welcome back to Oh Happy Day Official. I am Tiffany, and today we're going to be learning how to make candles. You requested it, I make it. Alright, so some things that you're going to need is obviously wax. There's lots of different waxes. There's soy wax, paraffin wax, beeswax, any wax will do. You might want to research your wax before you choose because I heard soy wax is hard to work with. This one is paraffin taper candles. I actually got this on sale for $1 and it takes about 5 to 6 of these in order to make one full candle. Alright, next thing you need, a glue gun. You can get one for about $5. You need some wicks. There's lots of different wicks. There's wooden wicks. This one is wax wicks. I love these wicks because they burn better than the candles that I actually buy. So these are some really good wicks. I got it on sale for $15. Free shipping on Walmart.com. I'll leave a few links down below on where I specifically got my items. And the next thing that you're gonna need is just a container to put your candle in. I'm using my old Bath and Body Works glass containers because they're so cute.
You're also gonna need a candle warmer.
And the last thing you're gonna need is some essential oils. I got these for about $3 each. This one is eucalyptus, tea tree, and ylang ylang. I don't know what this is, but it smells amazing. And this is optional. You can use some sticks, you can use some tape, anything in order to hold up these pre-waxed cotton wicks, because they might start to shift a little bit in there. So let's get into it. There's two ways to take out the old wax of your candle. You can literally just take a knife and carve it out, or you can get a candle warmer and just set it on there, wait a good 10 to 20 minutes for it to melt, and then we'll come right back. Now what you want to do is you can either throw it away or just dump it in another candle, like this dirty part. Let me see. I don't want that. That's how you know I'm cheap. All right, so now with the excess on the bottom, I'm just gonna get a towel paper, scoop all this out and throw it away.
So you want to make sure that you wipe off the sides of the container as well. If you've seen earlier, the sides of mine was kind of dark and black. You want to make sure that it looks brand new.
Alright, and after cleaning it out, it looks good as new. So there's two ways to glue this down. You can use some double-sided tape, which I usually use, or you can use a hot glue gun. So this is the first time I'm ever trying that. So let's see how that works. Want to stick it in there. And make sure you push down on all sides. The thing I didn't like about the double-sided tape is sometimes when the wax would get in there, it would move. So I heard that the hot glue gun is a little bit more secure.
Sometimes I use 2 pencils and I push down on both sides to make sure that these wicks are securely pushed down.
After you're finished with this step, you have 2 options. You either can use this as your base and just start breaking up candles and putting it in there. I'll show you that in a second. Or my favorite option, you can use another candle to melt your wax in. And the reason being, if you can see this is what happens to your candle if you just melt the wax in this. Like you're gonna have a big ditch in the middle. But if you just melt your candle wax in a whole different candle and then you pour it into your new one, that shouldn't happen. So yes, I'm gonna wait for that to melt. I won't show the process of me doing it again, but once that does get cleaned out, we can go through the process of actually melting our candle wax. Okay, so my second one is cleaned out. So now what you wanna do is just put in your wax.
If you're using taper candles, you want to use about 7 of those.
Alright, so what you want to do is you want to break it and then pull forward. See? put in the wax. Break it, pull forward. Break it, pull forward. And then you just want to leave this on the outside. So then after it melts, you just remove it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna fast forward through this because it's just gonna be me doing this about 7 more times.
Alright, so now we're just gonna be playing the waiting game. You wanna let it sit here for a couple hours, let it melt, and then we'll come back and check on it. Alright, so we're back. It's melted. Now all you do is just take out the strings and throw them away. Some of them fell down. They usually don't. It's been rough, this video. So now I'm just gonna take it out with this knife. Alright, the hard part is done. Now the only thing left to do is just put in your oil. Alright, so you can put as much or as little as you want. I like my house to smell good, so I'm gonna put in quite a few drops. Probably, I don't know, good 30. I like those candles that are really extra, where you don't even have to light it and you smell it when it's in the room. So that's how I'm gonna make my candle. That's how you know you got a good candle. All right, now I'm just gonna mix it up. Drops in there. What's your favorite oil? I really love lavender. Ooh, you know what? Peppermint. Twisted peppermint from Bath & Body Works is fire. Alright, so now I'm just going to take it off the heat and then let it cool. So it's supposed to be at 135 degrees, but I don't really have anything to test what temperature it should be. The way that I figure when I'm going to pour it is just, you know, as long as it's not hard and solid, you know, like in the in-between stage. So when it first comes off the heat, this is what it looks like. So while the candle is cooling down a little bit, what I like to do, you can use some tape, you can use whatever you need. So what I like to do, you see how these wicks are kind of falling? You don't want that to happen. So I just use some tape to hold it into place. See that? Position it where you want it to be.
You can use as much or as little tape as it takes in order to get those wicks positioned correctly.
I'm just gonna pull this back. It's cooled down. I'm just gonna pour it in.
After pouring, my wicks kind of move, so I'm just going to use a little bit more tape to reposition them. Now that it's finished, you just want to wait for it to cool down.
So after that step, you can stop. You can just cut these wicks down, or you can add another layer, and that's what I'm going to do. This is just some old candle wax that I had, lavender. So I'm just gonna pour that layer on top of here. Just gonna take back the tape a little bit. And I also let it cool down. So I just melted my lavender like we did the last wax and let it cool down for a good 5 minutes or so. I do not want a sinkhole. So there's a way to fix the sinkhole if you do have one. So that's why I'm leaving a little bit of lavender in here just in case we get the sinkhole effect. So we shall see. So it's been about 15 minutes of it cooling down and I'm satisfied. There's no sinkhole. There is a couple bubbles, but those will go away once you light your candle. So yeah, we did it. So now I'm just gonna cut this off. And that's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you use any other wax other than paraffin, like beeswax or soy wax, please let me know how that one turns out. Also in the comments down below, let me know the type of oils that you use. I'm always trying to learn about new types of oils and what they do for you. So if you're like lavender, be helping me with sleep and to relax, that's what I do know about lavender. Let me know about your oils and what it does. Alright guys, thank you so much and stay tuned for the next video.